Yes, that's right. Finally, for our segment, this is very important because anything can happen, anything can change. After the Labor Day weekend, people, get back, they become more serious, they become more focused. Now, I'd like to ask you, how do you think the media is conducting themselves? Trump says that he has a crusade against the media because they're dishonest. And do you agree with him that they're just, punishing him all the time on their television interviews and public affairs programs? And whenever there's an issue, it's always against him, whatever he says. But people actually in the media, they say they don't even focus on Hillary Clinton's emails and other things about her trust issues and so on and so forth. What do you think?
Well, everybody knows how the media is. Of course, media is always either slants or doesn't slant. But most times they do slant, based on, their objective of who they want their candidate to win. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, honestly, he knows the name of the game. I mean, on that end. But I think that, that there are medias out there that are starting to step on the plate and they're starting to send some, message across. And I think they're taken back by what he said, but they realize that, there were some apologetic things that happened even with the woman that unfortunately was it Kelly.
Oh yes.
I mean, you would think they would not have sat down and talked to each other after what Donald said.
Mm-hmm.
But so that means that she wasn't too angered by the fact that what he did. I mean, she took a stand to come forward, and he also took a stand even though he felt he was ridiculed.
Mm-hmm.
So so on both ends, I think that there's some change going on that end, and hoping that among other media sectors that that they're also become open-minded as well, because even with Hillary, I mean, there are some good that obviously that she has done. I mean, we're not going to downcast everything that other people are indicating, but then on the other end, she cannot accuse herself for lying about the things like regarding the email and all the other stuff that's happening. I mean, and all the other people that are probably defending her on that end. I mean, it is wrong, and she needs to admit it and basically put herself forward like everybody else are law-abiding citizens, and take whatever they need to take in order for her to be penalized for whatever she did.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, Trump, who is an outsider, is changing the landscape of politics because this is versus tradition. Can you imagine an outsider and competing against Hillary Clinton, who is really a traditional politician who's just been there for many, many years, experienced, and definitely used to the operations and workings in Washington, D.C. Now, the second thought, I was wondering for a final question, with regards to the absentee ballot, I understand that Hillary Clinton is even getting the support of the Dreamers. People remember those undocumented students who are applying for the DREAM Act. Now, she's encouraging all the Dreamers to talk to people in the community, encourage them to vote for Hillary because she will be the advocate for legal immigration and finally for their residency and perhaps for citizenship. So how will this encourage a lot of those Latinos and even Democrats and Republicans to vote for her compared to Donald Trump, who is against illegal immigration?
That's a good question, AWEE, in regards to that. I mean, again, it all boils down back again to community. And communities of color, of course, that's a sensitivity issue. And we of course don't want to we don't want to make any community feel bad because of their stand, and because that is their stand, and it is their people, and and to them it is an unfairness to them. But I mean, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And everybody came here to America as a legal immigrant. It's not an illegal immigrant. They came here as a legal immigrant. So there's nothing, there's no bias, thinking that people are saying, we're all immigrants. Yes, we are all immigrants. But if you go to any country, they also have their laws of immigrants for legal and illegal. So, those are the things that people, the sensitivity issue that I think that people need to understand. It's not about just immigrant. It's, it's doing the right thing. And there's a lot of people here that are American citizens, and they're homeless. And, and they don't have a home. They cannot, they don't have food. They may not have health care because they don't have a home, depending on, the situation on hand. And so there's just a lot of things that, that people are not factoring. And until we try to address those issues, if they're concerned about homeless, especially in America, those are really important. And the taxpayers have to pay for certain factors, and I think that they don't have a problem paying for homeless that are legal immigrants that are here in America.
Mm-hmm. Well, Marissa, we've learned so much from the feedback from the San Diego community, and definitely you being immersed in the multicultural community, you hear a lot of things, and you get comments and suggestions, and perhaps things that they say about both candidates. And hopefully we will have more discussions in the future, because as we near election time, there'll be more and more things that will happen, things that Donald Trump will say or Hillary Clinton will discuss in all their rallies, and things might change. You know how elections are. Things change at the very last minute. Yes.
Yeah, that's so right, Abby. Things have changed because in the beginning I thought it was hands down, but now it is questionable. And until both candidates can get it right together, I don't see a shining light on either or at the moment until hopefully a debate might do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you once again, Marissa ACIERTO, our community organizer, and hopefully we'll have more time again in the future for a discussion on public affairs with regards to the U.S. presidential elections 2016.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kinawi. I hope you have a nice day over there in Washington, and it's really sunny and very hot here in San Diego.
Yes, thank you very much. And hopefully we'll see each other soon, okay? Thank you.
Okay,
thank you. You too, thank you.
Bye-bye.